I'm a big believer in deadlines, but it's like they're self-imposed.
But when you did the song that won the Academy Award, that's a movie's coming out. How far?
That one was that's okay. That's a great example of like just a sort of that was a lifelong dream of ours. We've always thought the Bond music pairings were so cool.
Right.
I mean, especially the ones that were coming out while we were growing up, like our contemporary films, which were the Daniel Craig films. That the songs were like Adele and Sam Smith, Jack White, Alicia Keys, Chris Cornell. I think that's the pantheon of the Daniel Craig series. That was a thing that we, after Billie's first album had come out, we sort of said to our team, hey, if you get wind that there's another Bond movie being made, let us like go beg for that. Like we'd love to try to impress them enough that we get the job. And so our team set about talking to the people at MGM and talking to Barbara Broccoli, the wonderful producer. And so it was this kind of long process of meeting them, convincing them that we were passionate about it and that it was important to us. I think that was like the most important thing to us, was that they knew that we had kind of a reverence for the process. We're like, we really want to do this. It's not just like, yeah, sure,
Right.
And that was very much an audition. They really the film
when you are auditioning, when you're having that meeting, how far into the film is the film even in production?
The film was in production when we were meeting Barbara. She flew to Ireland from nearby where they were filming the movie at the time. We were playing a show, so she flew out to see our show and meet with us, and we just happened to have like a great show that day. It was one of those funny things where you get off stage, like when you're trying to impress somebody and you have an amazing stand-up set, and you're like, I'm so glad that's the one they came to.
Right.
So we felt really good about it. We met with her. She told us a little bit about the film. She gave us the first 20 pages of the script to read and was like, we'd love to hear what you come up with. It was very like
non-committal,
totally non-committal, which I respect. Why would they commit to using us if we're going to write a terrible song? Like, they don't know. So,
and there's a release date, right?
So there's
a delivery date for you.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely sort of a submit by date for sure, of like, this is when they would like to.
So how long between they say write a song to delivery of a date of a song?
I remember when we'd read the script. I remember Tony Seiler at Billie's label, who was one of our sort of liaisons. I remember him saying like, probably in about a week.
No.
From the time we were sitting down, like,
are you kidding
you guys
me?
have anything? And I remember, because we were on tour, we were in Texas playing the festival Austin City Limits, which is a 2-weekend festival.
I know what that is, yeah.
Super fun. And so it was that week. We had the first weekend, and then we were on tour in Texas, bookended by those 2 weekends. And I remember, I think we rented, such an interesting, weird story. I think we rented a studio from the Hanson brothers, from the band Hanson.
Bop.
In
Shebop. No, is it
Mbop.
From I think that it was in Tulsa.
Shebop.
I think it was in Tulsa. And we went in there for a day, and we were so
you look like a Hanson brother.
That's right. And I was homeschooled like a Hanson, just not for religious reasons, which is different than the Hansons. But
is that why they're religious?
yeah, it was
Oh,
homeschooled.
I had no idea.
Anyway, so we were in this Hanson studio for one day. They were super friendly. I think they unlocked the studio for us. They were very kind. And Billie and I really wanted to write something great. And we had that performance anxiety thing where we were just like, we can't make anything today.
And so you have a week. I want to go because I
Yeah.
find this fascinating.
Sure.
Because it's like Netflix says we want to give you a special,
Yeah.
but they'll give you 4 or 5 months to put together. So you have a week. Do you know the title?
We did. We knew the title, and I knew I had a lot of goals in mind. I was like, I really want the song to be the same title. That's not always the case of the Bond themes. Sometimes.
And you know what the story is?
We knew the first 20 pages. So we knew.
You don't even know how it ends.
No, we didn't know. Spoiler: the movie's been out for a while. We didn't know he was going to die. So
the title was "Time to
no
Die." No time to die. So you didn't read the whole title.
That's right.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, we had this one day in the Hanson studio where we made nothing, and then the next 3 days were show days, I believe. We're down in the basement of the arena where Billie's playing, and I started playing the piano part, which became the song. And it was one of those sort of like, I think this is the right track. And then, as songs sometimes do when you're lucky, it just sort of spilled out over the course of, I think, a day.